No Joe Scruggs tunes.
Okay. Well,
we're live. We're live. Hey,
hey,
it's my show. It's my show now. I run the show.
It is
It's
my
for me.
show now.
That's from a movie, right? It's my show. It's my turn now.
you guys probably interviewed them.
Probably.
This is not. Does Zach like this? What does Zach know? This is patrons. What do you know? Hopefully more than Dustin knows. But it's a little bit different today because Paul London's back. He's back in the New York groove. Yeah. We don't have licenses for this music, so we're just going to sing.
I know you just cost us $50,000. I think I will say that I think the name of this will have to evolve again as the game keeps evolving.
Yes.
We had some copyright issues with last Paul, I don't know if you know this, but it's like, we play a little Bryan Adams, we play a little Miami Sound Machine, and then YouTube goes, hey, guess what? You're blocked.
Here.
The show that aired will not be airing. And sometimes they just block it in certain territories like Belarus or, a couple of random places in Europe. And we're like, okay, fine with that. But when you just take away the entire production, so that's why the game of name this tune, name that tune, does Zach like this? That's going to evolve. We're going to have a patron showdown. I'm saying this just because talking it out sort of helps the evolution of it. But there's going to be more changes as we proceed. Maybe with you, Paul, every time if you're available, and we can play on behalf of the patrons.
To a show that I don't know more than a third grader.
I have a feeling you're both going to know more than a third grader in this one.
I doubt it, but I did want to say, so our Patreon is on the fritz a little bit today, but the information did come through today. We are playing for Sylvia and Paulette.
Look at
that. Myself and Paul, respectively, and so the winner will win on behalf of you guys, and then you can choose if you want a voicemail from any of us.
These are both wonderful people as well, so thank you all. This is great.
Actually, shout out to all our patrons. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show, continuing to support the show through messages.
Just
these two. Hey, Dustin, I'm wondering, I know there's no license on our song. I know it's going to change, but could you play the patrons, what do you know? Hopefully more than Dustin knows. And we'll just change that to Paul, what do you know? Hopefully more than Dustin knows.
Right. It could certainly be that. And this is the first time that Paul and I are going head to head, but I will say that I am 0-100. So there it is. There it is. The actual singer of the song. Here we go, guys.
Patrons, what do you know? Hopefully more than Dustin knows. Patrons, what do you know? Hopefully more than Dustin knows.
Ta-da!
Great song.
That was a collaboration between Dustin and my son Bodie. So it'll evolve. Yeah. But today
you bring up, you should just sing them yourself, and then YouTube can't jump on us.
Well, there is going to be an opportunity from one of you to sing a song today.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, potentially.
Oh,
so
geez.
I am not going to sell our month of Jill Schoelen, Jill Lie, as much as Dustin sold last month's Cobra episodes. But this month, all month long, we've been celebrating the movies of Jill Schoelen. And at the end of this month, next Sunday, we drop a new episode of Territory Marks. It's going to be Billy Jack Haynes and Thunderfoot versus Billy Jack Haynes versus Thunderfoot. And then the Lightning Express versus the Every Man's Nightmare Sting and the Manster Rick Steiner.
Yeah.
So that's coming up next week. And there may be a question or two involving that particular episode because Paul and I recorded it. Dustin listened to it. And so he knows what's up.
Yeah. The only comment I want to say about it is that my new catchphrase has now been born out of that episode, which is I don't do nicknames.
Yes.
I don't take kindly to nicknames.
I don't take kindly. Is that what it is? I don't take kindly to nicknames.
Yeah. So a tease for everybody.
Take kindly to nicknames.
The name Thunderfoot is it's a little personal to me, the game master, and you'll find out why. Some people like nicknames, some people don't.
That's a great G.I. Joe episode, by the way, the Game Master.
Is that the one where Cobra Commander and Baroness go to the island with Flint and Lady J?
It ends up in kind of like a weird carnival type deal, and they get trapped. There's trap door. Yeah, it's great.
It's a great episode.
I will say that most cartoons, not to interrupt you, but I feel like most cartoons that have a game master are usually the best. Most episodes. Yeah. Anytime there's a game master, you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna
because it's all a play on, I believe the book came out in the 1920s, The Most Dangerous Game, which has been remade with Surviving the Game with Ice-T. Jim Cotta is a variation on The Most Dangerous Game. So yeah, that theme is great. I will push back and say episodes of the Game Master are great, but the television show Captain N, the Game Master, not so great.
Interesting.
The Saturday morning cartoon.
Yes.
Was Mega Man in that?
No. Okay. Kid Icarus was, and he had like a stutter. Everything was Icarus at the end.
I love Kid Icarus.
I love Kid Icarus too.
Love that
and then
guy.
They turn him into
that guy.
Game Master Icarus. Everything was Icarus at the end.
I can sing the song from Kid Icarus if that's a question.
Wait, do you have wings on your boots?
I have wings on my ankles.
Dude, I did not know that.
You are Kid Icarus.
Yeah.
Oh, rad.
So
he's got wings tattooed on his legs.
That's why. That's why, because of Kid Icarus.
No kidding. Did you get them done at the same time?
I got them done like a month apart because the idea came to me between wings. And then I thought, you know what?
Let's do this.
You decide to stick wax wings to your ankles. Make sure that you enjoy the fruits of flight, but beware not to go too close to the sun.
Close to the sun. I love it. So it's a metaphor to that classic Icarus and not necessarily the video game.
Yeah, more so to the mythology, the myth of Icarus, and because of him, we now have the Icarian Sea. Well, we don't have it, but Greece has it.
We don't have it.
So
we don't have it.
We in the human sense have it.
In the human sense.
I will say the Nintendo game is fantastic. And actually Kid Icarus was one of the better characters on the Game Master. Simon Belmont was crushed on that show.
Oh.
They made him like orange, and he was a goof, and he wasn't cool like he was in the Castlevania cartoon. He just wasn't.
No.
So he was like the original Predator.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Today is going to be all Jill centric.
Can I say one more thing, Paul? The fun thing about your tattoos is that you can also be like, I just love the sitcom Wings.
Yeah, who doesn't, right?
You can have all sorts of purposes. That's
Tim
why.
Daly fan.
People are like, do you run? Are you fast? And it's like, nah, you used to be.
Used to be.
I like wings. Like the show Wings, because that's what I'm really on.
Are you a fan of Wings Hauser?
Yep, you could do that too.
Come on. Yeah.
Are you a fan of Paul McCartney and Wings?
Yes.
We can keep going.
All right, sorry, I derailed us for no reason.
Are you a fan of Wing? Yeah, do you like Winger?
I love Winger.
So do I. Headed for a heartbreak. Okay, so all right, here we go. Okay.
You do.
If you want to, my voice still held up after the gig last night.
Great.
If you want to join our Patreon, please consider doing that. If you're watching us right now and you're not a patron, you're watching us on YouTube, awesome. If you are a patron, thank you so much. Let's get into this. It's July. My son is here in the background. He's gonna play his Switch while we're playing trivia, and we're gonna get into this. Okay. Instead of doing a flip the cassette for this episode, we're gonna do flip the photo of that was then, this is now. It's Jill Schoelen. There's Jill Schoelen.
Excellent. We're gonna
And
get you
there's
in the
side A,
on the main screen.
obviously the photo.
There we go.
Side A is the photo. Side B will be the blank. Yeah, I have the soundtrack to this, but you know what? I just thought I'd flip the photo today. So we're gonna flip the photo. This photo will be coming up in just a minute for questions. So
I do have the soundtrack. Point of order, I do have the soundtrack.
I do. I just want to clarify.
Want to be clear.
Really quick, Paul, because you won the last game, you're going to choose. Do you want side A, which is the photo, or side B, which is blank? What do you want? Side A or side B for the photo?
I'm gonna go with side B.
Okay, here we go. Let it drop on the ground.
Oh no, it went into the acid. The vat of acid.
Side A. Sorry.
Side A.
So it's going to be Dustin's turn to go. And Dustin, for question number 1, it pertains to this guy right here, Larry B. Scott.
Can I ask how you picked that up off the ground without bending over? By the way, that was really impressive.
It landed. I have my drawer open.
Oh,
and it landed on my drawer. I flipped
it's on the ground. I'm going to pick it up from the ground. And then you just had it. I was like, whoa.
Because my arms are really long.
Yeah.
He actually has a stack of them right there. So
yeah.
Right. Don't make me go psycho clown.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay, so
okay, a lot of props today. Larry B. Scott.
Larry B. Scott.
Larry B. Scott was in the movie That Was Then, This Is Now with Jill Schoelen and Emilio Estevez, Craig Sheffer, Kim Delaney from NYPD Blue, I believe she was on, and this guy who played the character Eminem.
That's
We're talking about Larry B. Scott. Okay, so Dustin, Larry B. Scott has been a part of several successful franchises. Name 2 successful film franchises that Larry B. Scott was a part of.
Revenge of the Nerds and Karate Kid.
Correct. Ding 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 ding.
Oh wait, I got a song.
He was the Cobra Kai guy, right?
He was in Cobra Kai for just a brief stint. Did you play the dinger?
Yeah. I don't know why it's on repeat. It's looping. Hey. Woo! Thank God.
All right. I would have also accepted he was another Stakeout. He was in the Stakeout franchise.
Okay, of course.
And I would have accepted Snake Eater franchise starring Lorenzo Lamas. He was in Snake Eater Part 2, The Drug Buster.
Yeah, about that. I don't.
All right. So, Dustin, you're up 1, but we go now to Paul. Obviously, the same rules apply as last time. First person to 5 wins. If you get the question incorrect, we just go to the next person. And
okay, I just want to be clear too. I just was like, I last time I just ran out of questions. Whoever was left standing, it was kind of like that. Yeah. So 5 could take a long time, but maybe not. I don't know.
No,
if we're both stumped. Okay, great.
Sudden death.
I'm just saying.
I do have a sudden death question
on the Game Master. I don't want him to be having to do questions, in case we just, just keep going forever.
Are you done?
Done.
Okay.
Trying to make your life easier,
Okay, Paul, the question goes to you. Next week's Territory Marks features this guy, Sting, as a heel, not a face. The Everyman's Nightmare versus Sting. Sting, there's another Sting. There's the rock star Sting in the band The Police. Who owns the name to the name Sting? Is it Sting the wrestler or Sting the musician artist?
Sting the musician artist.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Oh, what?
Sorry.
Wow.
Fact owns the name to the name Sting. Sting the wrestler owns the name Sting. In fact, Sting the musician pays him $1 a year to use the name.
Get out of here. Are you serious?
Totally serious. And in fact, in the mid to late 80s, Sting the wrestler met Sting the musician, where Sting got to play his.
Let's get you on the big screen there.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
He's playing bass. Wow.
So Sting, the Police were in town in Atlanta for a concert, and Sting, the musician, is his son was a big wrestling fan and a fan of Sting, the wrestler, and that's how they met.
Wow.
$1 a year, huh? Well, courtesy.
Right.
Gotta
Way
have
to
some,
understand yourself.
I know, right?
some kind of contract going on. That's wild, though.
He's a good Christian man, I suppose.
But who owns the rights to Joker Sting? Probably the wrestler as well.
Right?
You're gonna find out in this episode which variation of Sting is Paul London's favorite version.
If it isn't obvious.
Oh, I think it is. Okay, back
That
to
is interesting.
Dustin.
But let me ask you a question, Zach. I don't get a point for that, right? Because he got it wrong. That's just unfair.
We just go back to you.
Right.
So
okay.
It's 1-0.
Right.
Unless you can name the song that they were playing in that picture.
Wait, what are we saying?
Oh, yeah. You know what? That's a good question. I was digging up that. I could not find that information. I was like, what song did he play? Because he allegedly played a song. It had to be Roxanne, right?
This is a publicity photo. Come on.
Yeah, probably.
It's just like happy birthday or something really dumb.
Yeah. So if the question is one of those like multiple choice, we will go back to we'll go to the other player.
I see.
But in that case, it was one or the other. So
Right. I mean, that's just that's just dumb, right?
All right. Dustin, question for you. It's July. All month long, we're talking about Jill Schoelen. We had an interview with Jill Schoelen. We had a top favorite films of Jill Schoelen, $2 questions, which actually drops tomorrow, Sunday. But Jill Schoelen starred in a movie called Cutting Class from 1989 with Brad Pitt. But that was not Brad Pitt's screen debut. Brad Pitt's screen debut was an uncredited role in a movie that, quote, is about a computer nerd that makes a deal with the devil and gets a beefcake body. Name that movie from 1987. What is the name of the movie about a computer nerd who makes a deal with the devil and gets a beefcake body?
I'm going to say it's Computer Moves.
Computer Moves. Okay. That is incorrect.
Okay.
Paul, do you have any idea about the movie that Brad Pitt made his acting debut in, about a computer nerd who makes a deal with the devil to get a beefcake body?
Technically, he made his acting debut in a Pollo Loco commercial, right? I mean, can I slip that?
Okay, how about film screen debut?
And he's the star, or he's not? He's like
he's just the boy at the beach. That's the character that he's uncredited as.
It's not Real Genius, is it?
Is that your final answer?
It's my only answer, man. I don't.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Incorrect. The movie, of course, is Hunk.
Oh, Hunk.
Hunk, of course. I've never heard of Hunk. Ever.
Hunk. Why are you just showing a picture? Why don't you show the one that you own?
I don't own this.
What?
I used to own the California license plate, the promo license plate. I used to have that.
You used to have that?
Who are we looking at here? Who is the
hunk in the middle is, of course, played by John Allen Nelson from Killer Clowns from Outer Space fame.
Of course.
The cop, right?
Yes, I believe so. And the nerd, the computer nerd, is played by Steve Levitt, I believe his name is.
Computer love.
He was in the movie The Experts.
Damn.
Okay.
There you go.
And another thing, that guy looks real familiar.
Yeah, he was in The Experts with John Travolta.
Alrighty.
Sorry, guys. Well, both of you got that incorrect.
Yeah.
But we go back to Dustin.
Typical.
Yeah.
Typical.
So, Dustin.
I just need to comment that that Sylvia, who I'm playing on behalf of today, saw that movie a few weeks ago.
Sylvia.
So
that is why you were awesome.
You knew that answer.
That's why you're
I mean, did you? And you saw Brad Pitt on the beach and was like, "Oh, there's Brad Pitt. It's a boy on the beach."
Yeah. Did you see Brad Pitt at the beach, Sylvia? Chime in if you did. If not,
and did you think he was a hunk? Not Brad Pitt, but the Garden or the Killer Clowns guy.
Right.
Well, of course, Deborah Shelton is in that as well, and she's the devil, and she is from the movie Cyborg and Body Double. Not Cyborg, Nemesis. Sorry, Nemesis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goodness.
Great moment in Nemesis.
Goodness,
That's by the creator of John Wick.
Yes.
Well, it's Albert Pune, but I think Chad Stahelski's in a few of those Nemesis films.
He
actually.
is.
All right.
He got
Quit
his
showing
start.
off. Quit showing off.
Yep.
These aren't bonus points.
I have to make it look like I know something.
You know a lot of stuff. You know a lot of stuff.
That Sting gets $1 from the more famous Sting for a year.
Right. It seemed like Zach pulled that off a weird like Facebook fan trivia site or something. It was like it's like that he runs. Yeah.
Well, no, these are all I curated all of these questions, by the way. This took a really long time. I did this about 2 a.m. last night when I woke up and
2 a.m.
I woke up, I had to go to the bathroom, and I was like, I've got these questions in my head. I better write them down. And then I messaged Paul. So.
Then you messaged Paul the answers, and he still didn't know them. Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to Dustin. Dustin.
Wait, interruption. She has not noticed Brad Pitt.
That's right, because you noticed John Allen Nelson.
Don Allen Nelson.
John
Allen Nelson.
Now she's going to go back and rewatch it.
Just flows off the tongue.
John Allen Nelson. Okay, Dustin.
Okay.
It's July, Jill Schoelen month, all month long on $2 late fee. And in the interview that we did with Jill Schoelen, we talked about her acting debut in a TV show called The Best of Times. It was a TV show / pilot. She gave a monologue in that episode about growing old, speculating on whether or not she's too old to bring a stuffed animal to college as she gets ready for college. Teddy Ruxpin was a popular stuffed animal toy that talked from the 80s. What was the name of the rival bear created by Nolan Bushnell and his company Axelon that came out at the same time as a rival to Teddy Ruxpin? What was the name of this bear?
It would help if you just pulled it up on camera so I could see it.
No,
I know you got a perch behind you.
I
don't think anything about this question is too easy.
I don't go for easy.
Rival,
rival Teddy Ruxpin.
A rival Teddy Ruxpin that also
came out at the same time.
The same time from Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Bushnell.
Nolan Bushnell. Okay. Is that supposed to mean something to me? Nolan Bushnell?
Maybe, because Paul will get the next question.
Okay, great. All right. Is Nolan Bushnell a wrestler? Nope. Okay, perfect. I would say that the Teddy Ruxpin would be like I have no idea. I don't even have a guess.
Okay, well that answer is incorrect. So Paul,
okay, great.
The name of this bear, I've actually met both of you at one point. The name of this bear that rivaled Teddy Ruxpin, created by Nolan Bushnell. I'll just tell you right now, Nolan Bushnell was the guy behind Atari. And he was at odds. The guy who created Teddy Ruxpin was a guy. It's kind of like what happened with Apple, where the two guys split, right? One guy went to not Microsoft, but the whole relationship, right? Anyway, same deal with Atari. It was like two buddies who helped create Atari. One guy went and made Teddy Ruxpin. The other guy made this bear, which failed miserably, by the way.
Yeah, because we have no idea what this bear is.
I think I can show you.
Is there a year?
Luckily, you're hiding it behind your name, which is helpful to all of us, which is good. Oh, AG Bear. Yeah.
That is the most generic looking bear.
It is. We've talked about it. It's in one ear out the other. Yeah.
So AG Bear, Teddy Ruxpin talked, right? I'm Teddy Ruxpin. Right. AG Bear would basically repeat what you said, but like a I love you.
What does it stand for?
AG Bear. AG stands for almost grown.
Not
You said
Atari.
Yeah, Atari Games
Oh
Bear.
wow, I never thought about that.
I don't know.
But
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a bonus point because you came up with one that worked.
I don't. I want to learn. I want to earn it fair and
Such a
square.
kindergarten
Fine.
teacher. Such a kindergarten teacher. My God.
Come
Well, thanks
on.
for coming. You showed up today. That was good.
So
You get a point.
Dustin and Paul both got that incorrect.
Right.
So it's back to Dustin.
Yep.
You know what, Sylvia? I'm not the biggest Brad Pitt fan either. I'm not.
I'm really not, guy. I mean, he's just so gross. He's
Seven.
like, listen.
Well, Paul and I just talked about Brad Pitt the other day when we recorded episode 6 of Territory Marks, and we mentioned that he was cast in. He almost got cast in a very popular 80s a horror franchise. Listen to that episode because we'll talk about that later.
Sure.
I'm glad you remember. I'm glad he did not. So, okay.
Yeah. I actually don't remember the movie.
Dustin, back to you. Jill Schoelen. It's July all month long talking about Jill Schoelen. Jill Schoelen appeared in one episode of the 90s TV show The Heights as Betty B.
Of course.
What was the name of the hit single that Jamie Walters sang on the show? Bonus points if you can sing a complete verse or chorus of the song.
Okay. How do you talk to an angel? How do you hold her close to where you are? How do you talk to an angel? It's like trying to catch a falling star.
Wow. Correct and correct. Oh, sorry. You didn't give me the name of the song.
How do you talk to an angel?
All right. So you get 2 points for that. Correct and correct. Wow. That was impressive. Who needs musical licensing when you keep
Right. Oh,
Go
sorry.
to the mall
That's right.
to see Jamie Walters in person. No, he did not.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Wow.
Paul, did you go see Jamie Walters in person for an autograph signing?
I did. He was at a Dillard's at Barton Creek Mall. And me and my friend Brian were the only two guys in line.
Brian Austin Green?
Yeah.
That's wild. I mean, when he threw Tori Spelling down the stairs in the sort of crossover, that was bad.
He pulled a Chris Brown. He pulled a
Rail's acting career, even though I think he's definitely more of a musician. But yeah, Jamie Walters, very kind of overlooked character from that. I loved that character. I thought
Me
he
too.
was. Yeah.
Ray.
I had the album too. I had the Jamie Walters like cassette tape.
Would you have gotten that correct then, Paul, if that question was for you?
The name of the song, yes, but major props to Dustin for actually singing that entire verse, because that I would have butchered it. I mean, yeah.
It's a weird thing. I interviewed many years ago. I interviewed Vince Vaughn, and I wrote a whole parody to the tune of that song. So I became very, very well known. And the publicist refused to release me the tape because she's like, "This is way too offensive," and it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. But yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan, Jamie.
T-Man from 90210.
Name his what?
His character in 90210.
Well, he was Ray Pruitt, I believe, right?
Yes.
He doesn't get a point for that, right? That was just
no. He does.
But
he did get 2 points for, so it's now 3-0.
Yeah, I'm getting creamed here.
Yeah.
I know. And T-Man, I totally agree with you. I'm not a huge fan when like a name or name starred actor like dominates the movie, and you're like, oh, it's hard to disassociate from the character sometimes.
Yes.
But we're going back to Paul for this next question.
Just a quick interruption, because I agree with Matthew here. How do you not like Brad Pitt?
Yeah, I like Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think he's fantastic. I love him in California. I love him in True Romance. I'm more of a fan of, he's great in those.
So you just love him in every movie except for.
I don't like him in Legends of the Fall. I don't like him in. I think he brings 7 down. Honestly.
Did you like him in Cutting Class?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Did he inspire you to eat Pollo Loco?
Yes, he did.
There you
Okay, so we're going back.
It just seems like you like more movies than you don't like movies. Like there's more that you like than you don't like.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you do like Brad Pitt.
I do. I just don't like mainstream Brad Pitt. Legends of the Fall, Brad Pitt. Not a fan of that. River Runs Through It, Brad Pitt. Not a fan of that.
Come on, man.
Yeah, but like
this is not
recent Brad Pitt is pretty mainstream. I mean,
well, yeah, but
like mainstream 92
when he was getting shoved down our throats as Meacho Black and hunky boy Brad Pitt. I was not a fan of hunky boy Brad Pitt. I just like him. I like him more charactery, more meaty.
Cool World. You didn't like him in Cool World?
Not a fan of Cool World.
Inglourious Bastards.
I'm a fan of these guys.
Inglourious Bastards, right? Fury.
Yeah, Fury's amazing. Who are the Hat Squad? Oh my god,
the Hat Squad.
So this guy right here, Paul. This guy right here.
If you can name 3 of those guys,
I bet he could. This guy right here, Don Michael Paul. Don Michael Paul starred in the movie Rich Girl with Jill Schoelen this month, all month long. Jill Schoelen movies on $2 late fee. Well, Don Michael Paul starred in a Full Moon / Empire movie, a robot movie. I'm going to give you 3 titles. You tell me which one you believe Don Michael Paul starred in. Was it A, Robot Jocks, B, Robot Wars, or C, Robot Maniac 2 Die, Robot Die? If you'd like me to say them again, I can do that too.
No, I understand.
I understand the rules of this game.
I feel like I should go against the obvious, but I also feel like I should go with what would be the obvious.
Would you like to phone a friend?
I don't have any.
You can ask Bodie. You can ask Bodie to help you out.
Bodie, what do we got over there? Robot Jocks or Robot Wars? Okay, I've never heard of the third one.
Paul's asking you, out of these 2 titles, which do you think is the one that starred Don Michael Paul? Robot Jocks or Robot Wars?
I think Robot Jocks.
You think Robot Jocks?
What I was going with too. I know you're kind of doing the mislead with the. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, this is embarrassing. I'm gonna go with Robot Jocks. Actually, I'm gonna go with my instincts. Robot Wars.
You're gonna go with Robot Wars. Well, okay. Right here, I have the Full Moon catalog from 1992. It is calendar. Inside this calendar has the name of that movie and the poster that Don Michael Paul starred in. I'm about to show it to you. If you're correct, it will say Robot Wars. If you were not correct, it will say Robot Jocks. So the correct answer.
What about Robot Die?
Oh,
Robot?
Sorry, or Die, Robot Maniac Die, Robot Die.
Somehow we just got rid of the third.
The third real movie
option.
No, it's not a real movie. Okay, the answer is Robot Wars.
So I knew it.
Is that correct?
Yes, he's correct.
Yes. Wait, why didn't it go? Did it go?
I had a feeling.
There it is.
It's Bruce Buck leader for Robot Jocks, isn't it?
Robot Jocks was directed by Stuart Gordon and starred the guy
Bruce Boxleiter, I think. Boxleiter.
No, it was the guy who was in the Alien Nation television series. I forget his name off the top of my head right now. But
you sure Bruce Boxleiter?
Sure. Bruce Box not. Oh, Fight Club. He's great in Fight Club. You're right. Sorry.
Zach didn't like that.
I did like Fight Club.
Brad Pitt was in it. He didn't like it.
Fine. I will amend my.
I'm just glad I'm on the board. Jesus.
Robot Jocks was Gary Graham. Gary Graham.
Boom.
Paul. Gary Graham.
Yes.
Gary Graham.
Why am I thinking?
Okay. So you're back on the board. You're back. You finally broke the seal. You've got 1 point, but we're back to Dustin. Okay. Dustin. On the next week's episode of Territory Marks, one of the wrestlers in one of our matches, the Manster, Rick Steiner, this guy right here, he's wearing Zubaz shorts. Zubaz shorts were a popular line of shorts pants, shirts, hats, etc., from the late 80s into the 90s.
Why do you say were?
Sorry.
Yeah, really.
Are.
I'm wearing some now.
I'm wearing them underneath my
Are
singlet.
you going to the mall later?
I have my Mr. Perfect singlet on. What popular tag team that shares the name with a Mel Gibson franchise popularized the Zubaz pants?
And there's no multiple choice here.
No.
I
think I just gave you a pretty good clue. Paul, would you agree to give him a good clue?
Maybe gave it away.
Wasn't. No, it's me. You're never giving it away. The Lethal Weapons.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
Paul, would you like to steal?
Working me here. Come on. The Lethal Weapons.
Actually, that's not a bad name for a tag team. Paul, back to you.
I would guess the Road Warriors.
That would be correct.
Oh, that one. That makes more sense. Didn't you guys talk about that in the episode, though? You did.
We did, and that's why you listened to it.
I listened to it, but
more Zubaz.
I don't learn anything. I don't take anything away. You know what I mean? I just listen, and then my brain erases, and then other than that nickname line.
So I will say really quickly,
really stupid, the Lethal Weapons, but
actually, Lethal Weapons is I kind of like that name. So in 1988, Bob Truax and Dan Stock began brainstorming a new kind of shorts for the heavy lifting man. The pair developed a comfortably baggy pair of shorts with elastic waistband. Zubaz was registered as a trademark in 1989. Initially, they were marketed as a comfortable, functional pair of shorts for weightlifting. Michael Hegstrand, Joseph Laurinaitis, and manager Paul Ellering used their professional wrestling personas as the Road Warriors to help popularize the pants in the late 80s and early 90s.
What a rush.
So it's now 3-2, and we're going back to Paul.
Yes. Updating.
Okay. Paul, it's July all month long. Jill Schoelen movies on $2 late fee.
So unfair.
Jill Schoelen was in the 1987 film The Stepfather. That film featured 2 semi-mainstream pop songs. One of the songs is called Run Between the Raindrops, which sounds very difficult. Sounds like something Mr. Miyagi would have Daniel do, but it would just be super challenging. The song Run Between the Raindrops was performed by a very popular 80s female singer. Here are your choices. Was it A, Pat Benatar, B, Stevie Nicks, or C, Ann Wilson? Pat Benatar, Stevie Nicks, or Ann Wilson?
Who is the singer of Runs Between the Raindrops?
Correct. Who sang the song Run Between the Raindrops? I can't do it. It's so hard.
God.
Stevie Nicks.
Incorrect.
God, I knew it.
Dustin, would you like to steal?
Well, tell me what movie is this from?
The 1987 film The Stepfather featured 2 songs.
The Stepfather. Okay.
One of them was called Run Between the Raindrops. The other song is by the band The Divinals, but we're not talking about that song.
The Stepfather.
Oh, okay.
Run Between the Raindrops. Pat Benatar, Stevie Nicks, or Ann Wilson?
Don't act like you don't know.
I don't know. I'm going to say Ann Wilson.
You're both incorrect. It was Pat Benatar.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I got the end of that. There we go.
Do you know who the Stepfather was?
Yeah.
I know you know.
Dustin, do you know?
Is this part of the thing?
No, it's not.
Nothing round.
It's what's his face from Lost? Terry O'Quinn.
Terry O'Quinn. That's correct. Nice job.
Terry O'Quinn. And just to rub it in, just to.
No, Sylvia, you cannot help Dustin with a wrestling question.
You can. It doesn't matter. There's no helping me.
Sylvia,
because I don't. I don't retain it. I
No.
can tell you who Eric Von Erich is my favorite Von Erich still. Sylvia, it's
How
like,
dare you?
and he
Okay.
doesn't exist.
So Sylvia,
Favorite probably Lance. Let's be honest.
yeah, right, exactly.
Lance Von Erich.
Nerd. We're nerding out on wrestling. We're nerding out on wrestling. Okay.
We're marking out on wrestling, guys. Even I know that. Marking out.
Right.
It's your show. It's your show, right? When you mark out,
That's it.
I got to tell you everything about your own show. Come on.
Okay, so you both got that question wrong, but it goes back to Paul.
How does it go? How does that song go though? Like, because I was like, it can't be Pat Benatar because like
I listened to it just a clip earlier. I mean,
it didn't retain.
No.
There's a great line in The Legend of Chung-Li. I'm sure y'all have seen that, starring Kristen Crook from Smallville and the impeccable, wonderful Chris Klein as Agent Ash, in which he's looking for Bison, and he's like, this guy hides between the raindrops. So if you haven't seen Chris Klein in Legend of Chung-Li, do yourself a favor and check it out because it's amazing.
Check it out.
Okay,
I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
There's a new Mortal Kombat cartoon coming out. Looks very cool.
Cartoon, huh?
Yeah, it looks very 80s inspired too, which I was like.
Nice.
Yeah, if you look up "Run Between the Raindrops," it is off the album 7 The Hard Way.
Brain Drops. Okay, that's a different song.
Run Between the Raindrops.
All right.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Don't get us canceled. Don't get us canceled.
Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Don't
all right.
get us blocked. Yeah.
Back to Paul.
Why you sing it?
All right, Paul. So Jill Schoelen starred in the sequel to When a Stranger Calls. When a Stranger Calls Back. Okay. That movie also starred Charles Durning. Charles Durning, that was a made-for-television movie. I think Showtime put it out. So Charles Durning is he's no stranger, pun intended, to television movies. In fact, well, can I ask the question first, please? Okay. In 1981, he played a borderline, quote unquote, borderline pedophile postman. In what TV movie?
Dark Knight of the Scarecrow.
Correct.
Dark Knight of the Scarecrow. I thought you said something about I love the movie Serpico. And
wow.
I just thought that was a
Dark Knight of the Scarecrow.
All righty. Oh my goodness.
Dark Knight of the Scarecrow also starred Larry Drake as a special needs.
Tied it up.
We actually talked about that, I believe, on a episode of Territory Marks. We got ourselves a tie game.
Very interesting. All these answers are in Territory Marks episode. Very interesting.
Yeah, well, you listened to them ahead of time.
Come on, pal.
Sylvia, I'm going to do better for you. I promise. We're going to pull this one out for
Dustin,
you.
this is your question now. Jill Schoelen, we're talking about Jill Schoelen all month long. Jill Schoelen, July. She appeared in one episode of the short-lived sitcom Sarah. Sarah, it lasted 13 episodes. Sarah, of course, starred Gina Davis as a lawyer in San Francisco.
Of course it did.
The cast was a who's who of 80s talent.
Oh, man.
Bronson Pinchot, Bill Maher, Phil Hartman, David Rashi, Alfre Woodard, and of course, Matthew Lawrence. Matthew Lawrence recently starred in the Lifetime film opposite Paul London in the... this is your question, Dustin. What is the name of the movie that Matthew Lawrence starred opposite Paul London in for Lifetime?
Okay, so obviously Paul can't steal the name of the movie that he was in.
No, if you get this wrong, I will ask him an alternate question.
Oh, good Lord. Okay. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. This is called
5 words. It's 5 words.
Right. I know that. It's called. It's God. It's because it's in my head, but I'm gonna have the wrong verb in there. It's
think Julia Roberts movies.
It's my best friend, the baby napper.
Wow, you're so close, but that's
not that.
incorrect. It's incorrect.
You meant to throw that away. Come on, you knew the baby napper. That's
baby
the
napper.
Sequel.
It's not the baby napper.
No, it's the babysitter. Babysitter.
No, it's the baby snatcher. Thanks for watching both of you guys.
You don't even know the answer. You're the game master.
Wait. Oh, my autocorrect changed it to.
What? This is the disaster. Baby snatcher and baby napper are very close. It's not my best friend, the babysitter. Nobody cares about that.
I apologize.
He's a baby snatcher.
I apologize. Baby snatcher. It just auto-corrected on my phone. I apologize.
Oh, man.
It's on my phone.
Oh, man.
Sorry. But that is incorrect, Dustin.
Okay. Yeah,
correct. I did not give you
that.
So, Paul, you do not get that credit for that answer. But your question still is from the television show Sarah, starring Gina Davis. Gina Davis's film debut was in what movie, which also starred Charles Durning in a smaller role? I'm telling you, it might be you.
We're just going to distract Paul a little bit here with this true fan. Yeah, a true fan who knew the name of it.
Thank you, T-Man.
Yep.
Scream! Oh, I thought he said screaming at the lawn. I did.
You better get out of here, lawn.
Grow, grass, grow.
I'll tell you something.
What movie did Gina Davis make her screen debut in? Something's telling me it might be you. All of my life.
Is there a year? Do I get a year?
You. 1982. It's you.
Will you shut the fuck up? What's happening? Shut the fuck up.
What movie did I catch?
Sorry, kids.
When I was 2 years old, what movie did I catch?
8. Look.
Yeah.
You know, you could have seen this movie 5 years ago.
I know, but
you need to see this movie if you've never seen it.
I don't know. I can't even make up the popsicle murders.
Dustin, would you like to steal?
I guess so. Tootsie.
Correct. Tootsie.
Oh, come on.
Who's singing the song from it?
Is that was it Dustin Hoffman?
No.
Yep.
10 minutes.
Yep.
Dustin Hoffman. Hoffman.
Haven't seen it. Sorry. I know of it. I haven't seen it.
Dustin Hoffman and
I cursed for the kids. I'm sorry, kids. I'm sorry.
Charles Durning.
Some collusion happening.
Coleman. Great cast. If you've never seen it, you guys.
Because she was in a student film called The Popsicle Murders. I'm pretty sure.
She was in a student film called that. Yep.
She was, but that's not her big screen debut. I'm sorry, get it wrong. Got it wrong. And Dustin, you got the point. So it's now 4-3.
Oh man.
But we go back to Paul. We got a few more questions. Look, I'm good. And we're good on time. Okay.
Oh my God.
Paul, the question goes back to you. Jill Schoelen. Jill Lai, all month long, talking about Jill Schoelen, appeared in one episode of the television show T.J. Hooker, starring William Shatner. William Shatner, of course, wears a toupee on the show. In fact, he wore a toupee most of his career in the 80s moving forward. What other very popular 70s, 80s movie star wore a rug on his head as well and finally removed it for a photo shoot for the National Enquirer many years later? Very popular 70s and 80s action drama movie star wore a rug on his head.
Not multiple choice?
No.
Popular 70s or 80s action star. Action star? Like he was mostly doing action?
Action, drama, comedy. Mostly probably known for his comedy, I believe.
He was in movies.
Yes. It was very well known that he wore a rug on his head as well.
Did he leave it off when he came out of the rug closet?
Put it back on after that.
Oh, okay.
Like William Shatner did the same thing, by the way. William Shatner wears a rug on his head.
Figured, right? Because like Michael Myers doesn't have like a bald spot.
No.
Um,
Popular 70s, 60s as well. 60s, 70s, 80s.
what?
Movie star. Movie star.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Signature laugh.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, signature laugh. He was also on a sitcom. He had a sitcom.
Just sing the song. Just sing the song. Go ahead. Just sing the song from all the.
I won't even know it if he sings the song. Would it be
You're gonna kick yourself when you realize who it is.
I know. I'm totally gonna kick myself.
Super kick yourself in the face.
Because I can picture who I want to say, and even then I still can't think of his name, and I'm blanking. Which is really embarrassing. God, I'm drawing a blank right now.
Would you like multiple choice?
What was the Gina Davis movie that you made up?
Popsicle Murders?
Popsicle Murders, yeah. That's good.
Pretty good.
Make a note of that.
Yeah, that's a good one. And then you have the sequel, The Popsicle Murderers. I am going to go.
Would you like a multiple choice?
Is that how it works? If you're just stumped long enough, Zach, you just offer a multiple choice. Will he get a star and a snack? Also, will he get a bonus?
He's gonna get string cheese and
string cheese and
an apple juice
salad bar. Yeah.
Would you like multiple choice?
I feel dishonorable getting a multiple choice.
Take it.
That's fine. I have the option here.
Take it. We just changed the rules in the middle of the question. It's fine.
Hey, it's my game. My rules.
No, it is your game.
Game Master strikes again.
It is your game.
Here's your choice.
Here's what I've learned. If I don't know an answer, I just will never guess. I'll just stay quiet forever, and then eventually Zach will be like, "Do you want the answer?"
I remember the name I was going to guess now, so we can not do the multiple choice. So that Dustin
no. Listen, by all means, I'm just harassing the game master because the game master, there's a lot at stake here. Not for me, but for Sylvia. I'm representing Sylvia. I have a 1-point lead. This is very important. And
okay, fine. No multiple guess. Paul, go for it.
John Saxon.
That is incorrect. Dustin, would you like?
Okay, I'll take a multiple choice. Thank you.
You son of a.
I was just kidding. So I have a couple of guesses on this in my mind that
really?
but I got a couple. There's a couple of people that come to mind.
Okay.
In this same thing, but is it Burt Reynolds?
Burt Reynolds is correct.
Okay.
Come on. When did he flaunt his baldness?
So he did a photo shoot for National Enquirer, I believe, in the late 90s, early. He was bankrupt. I mean, he was broke. He spent all his money. That guy was a notorious.
Bert, don't talk to me about Boogie Nights Reynolds.
But also, it wasn't Ted Danson? Didn't he also?
The other choices were going to be John Travolta and Ted Danson.
But isn't Ted Danson accurate?
An action star, or wasn't in action films, was he?
He wasn't really in action movies, Ted Danson.
I mean, I should get like a half a point. John Saxon's a pretty good guess here, right? Come on.
John Saxon, no, but John Saxon did not pose for photos with his rug off his head. He
just was like, I'm going bald. Screw it.
Yeah. No, Burt Reynolds took his toupee off and then put it back on. Went back to the kind of Caesar crop look after the permed hair.
Talking about Deliverance, one of my favorite movies. God.
Yeah, when he had that kind of cropped Caesar-ish looking hair. Yeah, and of course, Longest Yard, when he noticeably was losing his hair, but suddenly he had this full head of hair in Cop and a Half, and you're like, what happened? How'd that grow back?
Of course. Yep.
That's a knockout blow, isn't it? I think Dustin wins.
Dustin has just won the game. I mean, I think we got to get a screenshot for posterity.
It's never happened before. It's never.
Dustin, where's your victory cheer? Victory.
Really good. This was a lot harder than the last one, I thought.
I'm telling you.
Interesting.
Well, I get to be
this was
after next time and pit you two against each other.
I think you can. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean,
what we're gonna do is we're still figuring this out, and we will obviously talk about this in the upcoming month. But we have patrons who have also competed against Dustin and myself, and we'll be welcoming them back to the show for kind of a round robin final showdown, and they will take on. We'll have to figure out between the three of us who the grand champion is, and we'll just keep going until there can be only one.
Man, congratulations to Dustin.
You're a humble loser.
You're a hell of a competitor. I've trained my butt off for this. And hey, man, the better guy won.
No. This was very competitive, and my hat is off to you. But thank you.
Wow.
This feels weird. Because I've only won one other time, and that was when I was partnered up. So.
Everyone gets a Jackbox prize. It's not that big a deal.
Sylvia's going to win.
But yes, Sylvia wins. We're showing your.
And Paulette, I apologize, but Paulette, something tells me you're gonna win eventually.
Well, Paulette won last week, so she's that's what we call a winning streak.
Oh, that's right.
As you may recall, and so Sylvia, now you have a choice. Any one of us, outgoing voicemail, message. The way it works, I know in the Patreon, again, we are having some issues, so I couldn't respond directly into the Patreon. But you would be getting an MP3 that you can then put into your outgoing voicemail.
Sylvia, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it. So it's pretty whatever you want. Let us know. Congratulations.
And obviously next month we will be doing another round of trivia. So if you're a patron, we'll give you more information soon. If you're not a patron, sign up to the show so you can become one. Paul, thanks so much for joining, and Dustin, thanks so much for winning. And
thanks so much for winning.
Thanks so much for winning. And and thank you guys for putting up with my my outbursts.
Sylvia, congratulations.
Congratulations.
We'll do a little thunder. We got to get to the guitar.
Yeah, there's so Paul, if you've never seen Thunder Alley, I believe we've talked about this. You have to see it. Jill Schoelen all month long. Tomorrow is $2 6 questions with Jill Schoelen. Next week, Territory Marks with Paul and myself. All month long, a lot of fun stuff.
All right, guys.
Come on.
Good.